Shalom Akim, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone. Salutations to you, sincere Akim out there with the hopeful elect. Okay? Hey, this past week on April the 13th, it was on a Wednesday, the Pentagon, they held a briefing, a meeting with 8 of the top defense contractors, concerning the crisis that's going on in Ukraine. Because what they're basically doing is supplying Ukraine with weapons, U.S. manufactured weapons. All right, and these contractors, they're all part of the military industrial complex. All right, so what they've been doing is supplying Ukraine with these weapons, and being that this Russian defense ship just sank, I believe it's called the Moskva, okay? Well, Russia has been threatening the United States to stop supplying Ukraine with weapons. So this war is going to intensify. It's going to wind up heating up, this is the Lord's prophecy, and the Lord putting everything into play for the so-called white man to destroy himself, for America, which is Babylon the Great, to wind up eventually being destroyed. All right. And in thinking about that, these defense contractors in the military industrial complex in general, it further proves that you so-called white people are the biblical Edomites. All right. Because according to the prophecy, Esau, which is Jacob's twin brother, all right, which are the sons of Isaac and Rebekah, they were to receive blessings from their father. Well, they did receive blessings from their father Isaac. All right, and Isaac blessed Jacob with the kingdom of heaven. And Jacob is the father of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, you've been blessed with the kingdom of heaven. Heaven here on earth, all right, which is basically global domination, okay, and eternal rulership through our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. All right, and the so-called white man or Esau, who the so-called white people, they descended from the man Esau, they've been blessed as well. All right, but their blessing is the sword. Okay, their blessing is the sword, and the sword can be any destructive device. Okay, the modern day sword is what? Guns, missiles, all right, bombs. Okay, there's also chemical warfare as well. You have poison, you have these jabs that they're mandating all over the world, okay? Which that also goes into Esau's history, witchcraft and such, all right? But, like I said, man, the Bible identifies who the Edomites are, and the characteristics of you so-called white people clearly indicates that you are the biblical Edomites, even though a lot of you deny it, Well, a lot of people never even heard of Edom. They never heard of Esau, but the ones who do, who have heard of Esau and Edom, they mainly try to put up an argument against the Hebrew Israelites, because we're the main ones who are revealing through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah who the Edomites are, okay? Now, like I said, your blessing is the sword, and I'm gonna read that. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go right into it. I'm gonna go right into the scriptures, man. All right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 38. It says, "And Esau said unto his father is Isaac." All right. When you read the history of the birth of Jacob and Esau in Genesis, the 25th chapter. All right. So, and Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, "Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above." And it's clear that you so-called white people, you've conquered the whole entire world, and you live in the best places of the world, man. Okay, you can travel abroad and stay in the nicest places on the earth, while the dark nations suffer and live in ghettos and shanty towns, all right, in dilapidated places, man. Okay, And that's a fact, man. That is a fact. Okay? You got a lot of, even though the Lord is not concerned with the heathen nations, but a lot of the heathen nations, they come to America in pursuit of a dream. All right? A dream of living better, a dream of opportunity. Okay? You so-called white people, you already have obtained that dream, you know, and those opportunities are laid out before you. So you do live in the fatness of the earth, man. Okay? You can travel abroad and stay in 5-star hotels. You can eventually retire from your jobs and move to a foreign country wherein you already bought land and built a house. You know, far away from dangerous communities and neighborhoods. So you live in the fatness of the earth. So this through a process of elimination, when you look at all nations in the world, this proves that you so-called white people are the sons of Esau. All right? It reads on to say, verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. All right? The key point, and by thy sword shalt thou live. You so-called white people are living by the sword, by the power and the force of the sword, man. Okay? Being destructive. All right? That's how you're living. That's how you rose out of Europe, out of the depths of hell, okay, during the Renaissance era, and you went around, spread your evil tentacles like a net, colonizing the whole world, man. All right? We know how you took over the North American Indians and in the Taino Indians in the Caribbean islands, in the Central and South American Indians over here in Americas, and you colonized this place, man. But then you went all over the world colonizing the land of the dark nations, whether it be Africa, whether it be Asia, whether it be Australia, okay? All right? You did that by way of the sword, man. Guns and ammunition. The modern day sword is the gun, okay? And you're still living by the sword via the military industrial complex, okay? Where you have these defense contractors that are making billions of dollars in profit off of selling military defense weapons to these different countries and governments, okay? So it's still, you're still living by the sword, man. Because these are so-called white people, the top defense contractors in the world. The first five top defense contractors in the world are American-based companies, all right? Such as Lockheed Corporation or Lockheed Martin, all right? You got Boeing, okay? They're a big-time military contractors, defense military contractors, okay? You have General Dynamics, all right? And these are all founded by so-called white people, okay? Or a conglomerate of different Edomites, crackers, okay? Raytheon Technologies. You got it's a bunch of them. You even got Elon Musk, is investing in Space Force X, okay? Because a lot of these military defense contractors, they deal with aeronautics. You know, some of the major producers of aeronautics, making jets, whether it be fighter jets, okay, or even commercial jets. But in the aspect of war, you have fighter jets, right? Battleships, okay. Defense technology to make a military defense shield, nuclear submarines. You name it, they make it and they sell it. Okay, so Esau is still living by the sword, man. Still living by the sword. And like I said, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, man. All right? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that ties the Pentagon and these different defense contractors together, right along with Congress. Okay? All right? So let me read Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red. Now, a horse represents power, okay? A horse represents power, and the color red represents the nation of Edom. Okay, which Esau's name was changed to Edom. Edom and Esau are synonymous with one another. And Edom in the Hebrew, Adawam, means red, because you so-called white people are not white like you claim to be, but you are in fact red. That's because your blood shows forth through your skin. All right, through that pale, leprous skin of yours, man. The translucent skin you have. Okay, so it says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Okay, and the so-called white man is he's known for corrupting nations and taking peace from the earth. He has all of these nations engaging in war with one another. All of these different countries, people that come from the same nation, biblical nations. Okay, case in point, like the nation, the Elamites. You got the Pakistanis in India basically going to war with each other. They can't stand each other. They got nuclear missiles aimed at each other, and they're technically from the same nation. Their biblical nationality is Elam. Right? Look at all of the civil wars going on in Ham's land, which is Africa. Okay? So that's what Esau is doing. He's taking peace from the earth, setting up military coups in these different countries, setting up guerrilla warfares and rebels to take on the current sitting president of these certain countries that are basically not bowing down to the major corporations, so that they can wind up setting up a puppet leader who would be more submissive to him. Okay, so they're taking peace from the earth, man. All right, it says, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. It was given unto him a great sword, man. Okay? All right? That's that weapons technology, man, that the so-called white man has been given from the Most High. All right? But dealing with him on the left-hand side through Satan. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah. All right? The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. Okay? So it was the Most High who created you so-called white people, and gave you the knowledge and the wisdom on the left-hand side, to develop this nuclear technology. First, it started with the atomic bomb, atomic warfare with the Manhattan Project. All right? But then it graduated to nuclear missiles, hypersonic missiles, all right, which is the current state that we're in today. Okay, and these missiles are basically built to wipe out cities, man, to wipe out and destroy cities. So I'm gonna read that again. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Back in the ancient world, you had the blacksmith. They used to forge metal into swords, daggers, and weapons. Okay, all right, whether it be a battle axe, swords and arrow tips and all of that, man. Okay, it says in that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right, and that's what those nuclear missiles do. They totally waste cities, man, large populations of human habitation. They totally annihilate it, man. Okay, so according to these prophecies, America's going to be destroyed, man. America's going to be destroyed. Russia has these hypersonic missiles, and that Poseidon missile as well. They can basically annihilate the whole eastern seaboard of the United States. Okay, causing not only nuclear explosions but tidal waves. And most of the all of these major cities, these cities in the United States, they have multiple nuclear missiles aimed at them right now. And people are totally unaware and oblivious to it, man. That's why they carry out their daily lives carefree. With that thought doesn't even concern them. Okay? That there's actually a nuclear missile aimed at them right now. as we speak, as I'm speaking, okay? As you're seeing this video, all right? So this is Esau's blessing, man. It's the sword. A tell-all tale, if you're familiar with the Bible, who the nation of Edom is the so-called white man, according to the characteristics of him. Okay? So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video on that note. Akim, I'm gonna say shalom while barakatum to you, brothers. Lord willing, hopefully you've been edified. Hopefully you learned something. And Lord willing, I'll see you brothers on the next one. Shalom.